Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy RTV back with another video, man. And in today's video, man, y'all see by the title, man, we're gonna be reacting to Double H's 2K video. Basically, 2K had their their courtside summary reveal trailer, whatever it is, and they revealed a whole lot of shiz, from WNBA players, women being in parks, rec, theater, everything else. I know the details, but I wasn't really reacting to it. But we're gonna react to Double H. Yeah, man. 2K is. I wasn't gonna buy 2K this year, but I don't know, man. They're slowly pulling me in again. Don't know how they do it, but they do it every year because they had the new My Career Eras co-op and everything else like that. So yeah, man, let's get into this video, bro, and let's see what Double H has to say.
All of the NBA 2K27 news you need to know is in today's video. We'll be talking female My Players, My Career Eras, new rec maps, new park and stage locations, new crew ranked mode, everything gameplay and builder related, of course, and even an NBA 2K27 demo that is coming out. Yes, a demo, and much, much more. We're gonna get into all the details in today's video, so make sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button for me giving y'all this information the second it drops. And let's go ahead and get into this video.
Let's get it.
What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Henry, aka Double H, back at it with yet another banger. And hey, I'm just getting straight into the news. We are wasting zero time in today's video. The first news is that there is an NBA 2K27 demo. Yeah, you heard that right. They're calling it the NBA 2K HQ app. So yeah, it's not going to be like it was back in the day. It's going to be an app. But I think it's better than nothing because you want to know why? We're going to be able to make our builds or lab builds a week before early access.
It's going to be clutch.
2 weeks before the game officially releases, which is absolutely insane. And they're saying that we're going to be able to upload these builds straight to our consoles or our PC using a QR code when the game comes out, so we can actually save these builds. And now if you want to pause and look at the actual app itself, it is leaking, you know, some first look at some builds, some badges, some build names, a couple other things. You can also use this app to chat with your crew and to scan your face and to also log in for daily spin rewards and other stuff like that. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that they showcased in this little crew trailer, or not crew trailer, this HQ app trailer thing. Very interesting. Honestly, I think this is a W. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Being able to create builds and lab builds a week before the game, making it maybe even more and more likely that we don't mess up our first build. I think that's got to be a W for 2K.
Hey man, that's great for 2K because now we can get into the builder and we can make our build before a week, before the game drops, or like when you're on the fly, you can make a build. And say you're not home, you can make a build, see how it is, delete it. You know what I mean? So I think it's a W, low key, lowercase W for 2K.
So there's City, My Player, gameplay, and My Career news. We're gonna start with City news. This was the first paragraph they wrote about the city, and they say in here that there's female My Players, which we'll be talking about later more in the video. So yes, female My Players are in 2K27, and they're calling it the co-ed city because there's two genders now. I don't know why. I mean, I don't really see the like, I don't know if that was necessary, but okay, that's what they're calling it. So yeah, you guys can read through all of these paragraphs and stuff, but I'm gonna try to go through these fast, otherwise this video is going to be like an hour, 2 hours long. Anyways, new look environments. The rec has 5 new locations that randomly...
That's a W, bro. 2K, about damn time y'all do this, because we were sick of playing in the same damn staged rec, whatever you want to call it, court, and y'all just changed up the court logo, jerseys, and everything else. About time they did this, man. They got high school gym, outdoor private gym. Yeah, y'all see it.
Get randomized at the beginning of every rec game, which finally, we've been asking for this for years. It's about time 2K did this. And you see they list the 5 different locations. There's a high school gym, an outdoor court, a private gym, crowded arena, in a season themed venue that's going to change every single season. So this is a huge W for rec. Now we don't have to worry about just, oh, did we get a new rec center? No, there's 5 different locations, and one of them is going to be changed every single season. This is a huge W for the rec community. The theater is even different. And the theater is like outside or something. I'm gonna show some pictures and some footage on the screen too of what the rec and the theater, the Ante-Up and these seasonal parks look like. The Ante-Up is fire. The Ante-Up is on like a rooftop and it's outside. It has like skyscrapers. This might be one of the best stages we've ever seen. It's giving me like 2K16 stage vibes, to be honest. Huge W. Finally, we get a new stage. We had 2 years of this
I don't play any of, but that's a W.
same stage the year before, and then before that we had like the 3 years in a row of the same stage. So finally we get a new stage, and it's looking really good, to be honest. And then when it comes to seasonal parks, they're adding new seasonal parks, and one of them looks pretty fire for the winter. This is like, almost looks like this is a Chicago park, and that's like Lake Michigan. I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but this park looks fire. That's going to be one of the new parks. And then they have, of course, the throwback parks coming back. And instead of the 2K16 parks, they have the 2K17 parks. So 2K17 Rivet,
Nice.
2K17 Old Town, 2K17 Sunset. And then they even have, like I said, new parks that are coming in there. So honestly, I think when it comes to the new look environments, this is a W. Like, they changed it up. There's nothing that's a copy and paste. And they finally added rec locations. We've been asking for that for years. Now here's another paragraph about the co-ed city. You can read through it, pause it if you want to, but
Hey man, all I'm gonna say is like, dude, it's gonna be crazy. Imagine you get crossed up by a female, and then the same female drives to the hoop, throws an alley oop to the man. Ain't no way, bro.
basically what they're saying is you can pick a male or female build, and we'll get into more details on exactly how that works when we go over to the builder. It doesn't really change much. It's kind of just like an appearance thing. But if you pick a
Greg, let's
male
speed this up a little
build,
bit.
you can play My Crew with it. You can play Online City when it comes to park and proving grounds and or theater and all that rec and all that stuff. And you can play My Career Eras and all that stuff. But with the female builds, you can't play My Career, which is weird. I don't know why they don't have that. Like 2K, why did you not just let the females play in the WNBA My Career? I don't get why that's not a thing. Kind of confused why they didn't add that. I feel like that's kind of an L, but yeah, you can't play My Career. You can't play My Career Eras, which you're probably like, My Career Eras, yeah, that's gonna be news. We're talking about that later in the video. You can only play City, so you can only play like Park, Stage, Rec, Proving Grounds, Theater, like all that stuff, okay? So only in the City with female My players. Now here's another paragraph about crews. Apparently crews are supposed to be a big deal in 2K27. They're trying to really capitalize on crews and make them better. And basically, to sum up these paragraphs, there's gonna be a crew HQ, right? And I would compare it to like Pro-Am's building, where you walk in, you can warm up, and they're saying you can warm up 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, or 5v5 in there, almost like it's like a bike court. And then they say you can compete online and rank up, kind of like in Proving Grounds,
Okay.
through 3v3 and 5v5 modes. I don't know why they don't have 2v2 at least for crews, but yeah, I really think they should have added 2v2, but I guess there's no 2v2 for that. And then there's like ranked tiers and stuff where there's leaderboards, and in each tier you're competing against 39 other crews, and at the end of the season they put you in like a divisional tournament, and whoever does the best gets rewards and stuff. I don't know
Got
exactly
jerseys
how
off
that's
the
gonna work,
side.
but end of the season tournaments with your crew sounds super fire. Like, imagine being one of the best crews in the world, and you got to face off against the 38 other best crews, and at the end of the season there's like a tournament bracket for rewards. Hopefully these rewards are really actually worth it, and hopefully this isn't just ran by cheaters, because we know that crews were just ran by cheaters.
Yeah, man. Hopefully 2K actually tries to pull through the rewards this year on crews, man. 'Cause I feel like last year 2K didn't really pull through. I feel like it was some basic ass stuff, but I feel like this year they could really seize the opportunity and make the rewards better. I know they had some cap breakers on some certain levels, but yeah, hopefully they get some better rewards, and then if you obviously win in the tournament, you get like a lot of awards. So we'll see, man.
And 2K didn't do nothing about it in 2K26, so hopefully they do something about it in 2K27. And they also said there's private matchmaking for this too, so Pro-Am leagues, money tournaments. This is a huge W for that side of the community, the 2K community, that likes to do like those tournaments and those Pro-Am leagues. This could be where they do it, the crew private matchmaking. Like, I don't like 3v3 or 5v5 Pro-Am private matchmaking. So yeah, it really seems like they're really trying to promote crews. I'm just hoping they monitor it correctly, because this sounds all great, but guess what? If it's owned by a bunch of cheaters and you're not banning these people that are, you know, boosting
here we
and
go.
cheating in these crew tournaments, then what's really the point? Then there's a paragraph about something called Daily Rivals. I'm still confused after reading it. I don't know if this is like an offline, or I think it's an online thing, but I'm confused if this is like 1v1, 2v2, 3v3. Maybe I just didn't read it right. I guess it's just some kind of thing, kind of like the cruise where you're competing against 39 other players, so a 40-player bracket type of thing that you earn rewards for. I don't know. I'm still a little confused on this. Maybe someone can explain it to me in the comments because it didn't really make too much sense to me. Then they're talking about player medals and rep tiers. So they're saying there's 40 extra rep tiers giving us more rewards, and they're player medals. So like if you go on a 100-game win streak, you can put a medal on your player card, and it can say, yo, look, I went on a 100-game win streak before, or look, I did this or that. Like I got 8,000 assists in the rec. So that's actually pretty fire. Hopefully they show off records in the intros too. Like the more they show off in the intros,
holy damn, bro. I saw this earlier, but I didn't really look too into it, bro. Is that rookie 8? Oh, hell no. Bro, what am I looking at, bro? That is crazy. Nah, fam. Rep system. Crazy, bro. At least get a cab break at rookie 6.
In my opinion, but they didn't really talk about what the rep rewards are or anything, so hopefully they didn't just add more rep tiers and add just BS rewards that don't really matter. Hopefully these rewards are actually worth getting and good rewards. Then there's a paragraph about starting 5. I don't really care too much about starting 5. If you want to read through it, you can.
Yeah,
I don't
really play starting 5.
That you want to read through it. Then they added something called casual corner, which is like kind of replacing the casual courts, but it's like its own mode. So this is like a new mode, and you can go in there based off your plate color. So I mean, I don't know, it just seems like, I don't know if there's really a purpose for this, because isn't every game mode that's matchmaking like this where it just goes by plate color? I mean, I guess maybe because this is on like rookie and it's like practice for casuals, but if you're an MVP, like I don't know, there's like CPU opponents and you can get rep through this. Like, why are you able to get rep through CPU opponents? I don't know what's going on here. Maybe I'm reading this wrong too, but yeah, I don't see the purpose in this mode. I don't know why this mode is in the game, but they added it, and honestly, it could be a little concerning potentially. Then they added, then the last paragraph is just them yapping about the whole thing, that all the news we already just talked about with the city. So if you want to read over that, you can. Now, before we move on to gameplay, there is a screenshot here showing the reps. So there's rookie 1 to what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 9 rookie spots? So there's rookie 1 to 9, starter 1 to 9, veteran 1 to 9. Or what is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, there's 8 veterans, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 starters, 9 rookies.
That's crazy.
And then 8 elites and 8 legends. So yeah, there's elite, veteran, legend, starter, rookie, a lot more. And looks like the top 10 is back. We see the top 10 logos, see the top 10 players. So top 10 is back. Who knows what the rewards are going to be at all these levels, but yeah, they definitely added a lot of tiers here. All right, now let's move on to gameplay. So the first paragraph, they talk about gameplay here. They just mentioned pro play. And it seemed like when Mike Wang was going over all the gameplay stuff, that they were really keen in on like mentioning skill-based stuff. So they even mentioned that in the last paragraph too, which you're going to see. So it seems like they're trying to make 2K27 a skill-based gameplay. Now, starting with custom dribbling, this is crazy. This is a huge W. So basically, to sum this up,
custom dribbling. Damn, man, I love my boy Jamiro's playing 2K this year, boy. He would have loved this. He would have loved that custom dribbling.
There's a whole list you can see here of different things that you can customize dribble packages for. So
that's crazy, though.
Let's say, you know how Kawhi Leonard's behind the back in 2K26, like the standing behind the back was
about time they actually like
moving behind the back, or his running forward behind
focused
the back
on dribbling, because
like Scottie Pippen's running forward behind the back was really good, but his standing behind the back sucked. Like, you can customize,
really gotta focus on
I want
dribbling.
Pippen's running behind the back, but I want Kawhi Leonard standing behind the back, and put that into a package. So there's going to be a lot more creativity when it comes to dribbling in 2K27, because you're going to be able to customize all these dribble moves. So it should be really interesting. Like, I'm just thinking of the combinations right now. Even like SGA escape, like the double flick, you can have that equipped and then have the regular flick be like the Paul George escape. That would be an insane combo from 2K26. So yeah, customized dribbling, I mean, that is a huge W in my opinion. Then they talked about layups, and when Mike Wang was talking about these layups, I don't know how I feel like about it, because how he was talking about it, you can read it over if you want, but he's basically saying the higher your layup rating, the more likely, like if you just drive in and hold square X, it's going to give you like a good animation, and the offensive player that's doing the layup can basically adjust mid-air to get his layup off or something. So I don't know, it seems like it's just going to give you random canned animations depending on your layup rating. Don't know how I feel about that.
That's
Layups
interesting.
were really good in 2K24.
I feel like
scoops, floaters,
that's gonna be alright.
reverses and stuff. So we'll see how they
My
are
question
in
is
2K27.
the
Then when it comes to the
dunks.
dunk meter, you can
Yeah,
read
here
over
we
this.
go.
But basically, every time you go up with a dunk,
We've added an intense layer of skill to playing above the rim. All dunk attempts must now be manually timed using dunk meter. In 2K26, the dunk meter doesn't always reflect what happened midair, even when a dunker beat a defender who's in tight coverage at takeoff for an open look at the rim. In 2K26, we made the meter fully dynamic and create more realistic outcomes and processes now so you evaluate defensive position from the moment you take off all the way to the finish. Pull past your man and lightning fast first step for an up lane and green your window will expand logically, but for rotating help execute a perfect lane close out to me, you have to expedite the jump. The green window will light intensely tight and forcing to execute flawless timing. So the window is going to get smaller basically if more defenders are around you. Nice, 2K, lovely.
in 2K27, there's going to be a meter that pops.
Look, I get it makes sense, but still, it's like, dude, come on. If I got Legend of Publisherizer, I should be yamming on 2 dudes. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Even if you go up with X or square. So yeah, you're gonna get a meter on everything. You're gonna have to time all your dunks. Now they're saying that the dunk meter is like improved. I don't know. They say that like every year. In the last couple of years, the dunk meter was not nearly as powerful as it was in 24 or 23. So I guess this is gonna have to be something that we have to test first to really see how crazy good or bad or mid the dunk meter actually is. They also talked about how there's some new mechanics. So I guess now there's like a no look pass feature where if you hold R1 or RB and flick the pro stick towards where you want to pass it, you can get a no look pass. And then there's like directional alley-oops where like you can control the angle the alley-oop is thrown to. And then there's a new moving breakdown move where you flick up on the stick when you're running forward. There's different animations you can get depending on what moving breakdown you have equipped. So a couple different controls they talked about. And then they talked a lot about defense. Mike Wang was really going into defense, talking
Defense. I love defense. Get my ball. Hands up on the pro stick, let you play at maximum intensity. If you find yourself, you can hold down the right stick to encourage concern of hands up while you play safe when you play to while on contest without risking unnecessary whistle. Man, get that out of here. I ain't believing that one bit, man.
System and how
just because, like, dude, 2K is just so, like, inefficient with that. Like, dude, they say something, and then the next thing when you actually do it, it happens. Like, dude. Like, no.
Percents are not in the game. So you know how you contest a shot in 2K26 and it's like 30% contested or 10% contested? It's not like that anymore. So some of the contests I saw, there was a heavy contest, solid contest, semi-open, open. So we don't get the percents anymore. I think that's an L. I'd rather get more info on my contest with the percents. And then
man, go back. I need a picture of that.
We don't get the percents anymore. I think that's an L. I'd rather get more info on my contest with the percents. And then when it comes to other defensive stuff, he was talking about how depending on if you go up or down on the right stick when you're playing hands up defense, you can get an aggressive contest where like you really sell out on the contest, but you can get beat on the drive, or like you just kind of have your hands up, but you're not really playing heavy on the contest. So I guess there's new mechanics when it comes to that. He also was talking about how block timing is super key, and I guess there's like a fake green window for blocks, even though there's not going to be greening blocks, but if you time your blocks right, like you click Y at the right time to go for a block, then you're going to get some crazy animations, and if you don't time it correctly, you're just going to completely whiff. There was also mentioned how there's skill-based ankle breakers, which is insane now. So ankle breakers have always been RNG, but now apparently ankle breakers are going to be like based off ratings and based off of how you read and react as a defender and how you, I guess, dribble the ball on offense. So I don't know, that should be interesting. So I guess if like I go from right to left downhill and the defender, you know, his left stick is all over the place, he read and reacts to that completely off, then I guess you're more likely to get the ankle breaker, right? And it's also dependent on the rating. So, you know, you have a low perimeter defense, it's more likely to actually happen. You have a high ball handle, more likely to actually happen. But there's also a bunch of other text to read over here. When it comes to defense, they were also talking about how there's a new collision system where if you want to play aggressive bump-like defense, if you have the ratings to do it, you can really get a lot of bump steals and like force offensive players to pick up the ball. So, hey, maybe strength finally actually matters this year if this new collision system is really as good as they were saying it is. And then they had a bunch of paragraphs on AI stuff. I'll just let y'all read over this. They're basically saying they're trying to improve AI defense,
yeah, okay.
A bunch of other stuff with the AI. So if you want to pause and look at that, go ahead and do that. They also mentioned the new takeover system where apparently there's going to be like every takeover, right? There's playmaking, there's shooting, there's defense, there's rebounding.
Oh, hold on, I gotta look into this. You know takeover means a lot in this game. Blur, obviously, yeah. Cook, okay, you just ankle breaker, dishmaster, yeah. Never mind.
There's finishing,
Universal,
and you can customize each of these takeovers
demolition,
on the ability and what stats go up. And then in game, you're going to have all these takeovers in the top right, and depending on what you're doing in game, gives you progress to that takeover. So
Here we go. Here's shooting. Takeover gains 2K27 and 24 different takeover abilities allow you to maximize time on either end of the floor. Shooting shot artist enhances the ability to make all dribble shots. Calibrated enhances the ability to make set shots. Zip code extends the ability to make shots from deep. Default considerable boost to shooting attributes when in takeover.
if you're only dunking the ball, you're not going to get shooting takeover.
I just wanna
You're
make
going to
sure
get finishing takeover in that game. So I've heard a lot of people come up with this idea in the past. It's a good idea, and they finally implemented it into 2K27. Should be interesting to see how this ends up working. I think this should be a good idea, though. I think this is going to work out well. Now, when it comes to rhythm shooting is back in 2K27.
Ooh,
now, in how he was describing it, he was saying that you have to green
rhythm shooting returns as the most authentic way to mimic a traditional motion using pro stick and receive some highly intense benefits for 27. Strapping now features a real-time visual tick mark that moves in during sync with your physical pro stick movement that serves as an instant visual guide to help you master the ideal tempo of any given jumper. Glitching match that perfect tempo. So basically, you got a time. So it's basically green or not. Okay.
Timing this year when it comes to rhythm shooting, and
so I think it's what they wanted to do last year, but they couldn't.
Timing of it,
no idea.
Gives you a more accurate visual representation of how to time the rhythm shot. But he was saying that basically it's going to be completely reworked when it comes to how good it was in 2K26 compared to how it is now. And the vibe I'm getting is that button and rhythm shooting are going to be the same effectiveness, and it's just all personal preference. So hopefully that's exactly how it works in 27, because I feel like rhythm shooting was a little OP compared to button, but hopefully they're on like the same playing field going into 2K27. Another thing they were talking about is a new thing that you can do called step throughs. Now, obviously we all know what a step through is, but these seem kind of crazy. Like obviously you can step through to the basket, or anytime you pick up your dribble, like I said, you can go to the basket, or you can shoot a jump shot off of it. So I wonder how easy or hard these are going to be able to guard, and how easy or hard it is to actually green these shots. Because hey, if you can get open on these step through shots, depending on the animations you get on these, and if there's like some crazy animations that create a lot of space, this could be an effective move in 2K27.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be cooking with that.
How effective this is going to be on the 1v1 court. And here's another paragraph of them talking about the gameplay. And once again, they're mentioning skill-based stuff, more rewarding-based stuff. You guys can read over that if you want to pause and take a look. Once again, I'm not going to go over everything in full detail, because otherwise this video would be like an hour or two. But yeah, gameplay-wise, that's everything they said. Now, when it comes to the builder and all that stuff, let's go through this really quick. There's a lot of information to unpack, but we're going to try to go through it as fast as possible. Now, yes, we talked about the 2K demo, how you're going to be able to create builds a week before early access. Already talked about that. Let's go over all the badges, new and returning.
All right, hold on. I know he said he's going to go over it, but I just want to see. Returning, obviously, okay. Mini marksman, obviously, returning. Center fire. Applies a shooting boost to 3-point shots when the player's feet are completely set. Arc. Moving to clean pull up. Okay. Static midi applies a shooting boost to stand still mid-range shots. Smooth operator. Improves the player's knockdown mid-range shots in the move. Improves pull-ups, hops, or spin shots. Quick trigger improves a player's ability to make no-dip jump shots. Okay. So I wonder if that's like... alright.
Here's the shooting badge. What comes out to me, we're not going to go over every single badge, but one that points out to me is quick trigger. It's going to be a no-dip badge, so I wonder what this is going to be like on Hall of Fame, on Legend,
no-dip badge,
or just none at all, if you're even going to be able to no-dip with no badge. The finishing badges, one that pops up is Ghost Stopper. We were talking about collision.
That's interesting.
The new collision system with gameplay. If strength is really good, the collision system is really good, maybe this badge on top of that just makes it even better. Then we have the playmaking and defensive badges. Playmaking is basically a carbon copy outside of pace. I think that's the only new playmaking.
I gotta look at the defense ones, because obviously I love defense. Obviously returning, obviously wall up, improves high contest, effective guard in the paint.
And then when it
boosts
comes
his body
to
up,
defense,
defensive effectiveness, making it easy to clamp
a lot of
opponents.
these are similar to
okay,
Seatbelt.
I like
looks
that.
like an interesting badge.
Okay.
When it comes to clamping up opponents, but yeah, definitely some badges to take a look at there. Then we have
Rebounding,
the rebounding physical badges. Finally, they
that?
brought back the badge we've been needing. That's Workhorse for loose balls. Been asking for this
There we
badge
go.
for a while now. There's some other interesting
About time,
badges
dude.
like Flash, and rebounding badges were completely reworked. There's a ton of new ones. Seems like they kind of separated like offense rebound, defense rebound.
That took
Kinda
a
like
while.
those Superman animations with that snatcher badge, giving the additional vertical and rebounding boost. That might be a crazy badge on Legend. Definitely some badges to read over here, and these are going to be very important when it comes to making a build. They also talk about how there's a new builder pack. They removed, I think it was the NBA template builds, and replaced it with signature blueprint builds, which is basically like cool build names that are based off a combination of 3 different NBA or WNBA players. And they also talked
Certified
about
bucket
badge
flight
loadouts.
risk.
I don't know how I feel about this. This is reminding me of
What's this?
2K23.
Free supplement coordinator red game plan. New and 2K27 badge loaders allow you to customize and save completely different badge combines Each blind player starts with one loadout by default, and you can earn up to 3. The rep challenge crew for tip out constructor active loadouts. Your matches.
In
All right.
2K20, a little bit when it comes to badge loadouts, I didn't really like it. You can read about it in these paragraphs. I don't know how I feel about this. It also talked about badge progression and rebirth. Of course, rebirth is returning. Gotta love rebirth. You guys can read over that if you want to pause and take a look. They also talked about badge tokens. So not only is there badge loadouts, but there's badge tokens, which is really what's reminding me of 2K23. I just don't know how I feel about that. It should be interesting. You're gonna get a certain amount of set badges when it comes to playmaking, defense, shooting, finishing. I don't know. This is definitely gonna affect how you make builds. Like, hey, what's the badge tokens gonna be looking like on a 6'8" compared to a 6'2", or a 7-footer compared to a 6'10"? That's definitely gonna affect how you make your builds. And they're talking about there's advantages and disadvantages to higher or lower height depending on your badge tokens, and then obviously just the height in general. Cap breaker preview. I don't know why this is a huge L, but you have to reach 99 overall before you can get the cap breaker preview in the builder, which is absolutely insane. I don't know why that's a thing. Once again, you can read over that. Female My Players. So yes, female My Players are in 2K27, and basically how they're going to work is they're just going to be kind of like an appearance thing. So you can pick female or My Player. You can get the same weight, wingspan, height on the female as a male, same attributes, all that good stuff. It's really just kind of like a skin. Once again, you can read over that if you want. And then they talked about...
You know we got to read over this. Alright, so female My Players are obviously a huge thing coming into 2K this year, which is crazy to even think about. But, as y'all reading, the addition of female My Players build is a major milestone in 2K history. We're giving every player the opportunity to create a build that truly represents them on and off the court. Whether you're creating a male or female build, every player will face elite competition to Bias Mercenaries in the first ever co-ed city. Here's how we approach the franchise first. All My Players are built on the same exact framework. That means your height, weight, wingspan, and ratings are determined by your build, not your appearance. Once you choose a male or female build, your selection for the save file is locked. This ensures complete gameplay and performance of party on the court. How you ball is the only thing that matters. Okay. So basically, if you wanted to, you can go out there and look like Angel Reese or Caden Clark. And then, say you get dropped off, you can go back and look like Steph Curry.
Intro here, they talked about the synergy system, which is kind of like those max plus 1s and 2s and how those are going to work.
That's gonna be,
they talked about
that's gonna be so fun, dude.
And perks, so there's going to be perks like accelerator, longevity, and overdrive. I remember usually accelerator is just always the best perk to go with. And honestly, I feel like that's just going to be the best perk to go with once again out of these 3. So yeah, I think everyone's just going to be using accelerator. And then they had a last final paragraph when it comes to the My Player Builder, but definitely a lot of information for y'all to read over right there. So ending off with micro news, and honestly, this might be some of the...
Alright, yeah, he's just going to talk about the My Errors. But yeah, man, that's going to be wrapping up this video, man. 2K, lowercase W, man. Y'all pull me back in. What can I say, man? 2K is, they're definitely trying this year. I mean, they should be, because, you know, GTA 6 is obviously coming out this year, and they should be definitely trying to make their game better and make sure they are keeping their reputation and name. Obviously, Take-Two is 2K, GTA, obviously. But yeah, man, is y'all copping 2K this year? It comes out next Wednesday, early access, digital deluxe, don't matter. Pre-order it before. I think you get I think you got pre-order for 28th. But yeah, let me know if y'all pre-ordering it, cause I might, man. I ain't gonna lie. They pull me back in. Anyways, man, that's gonna be the video, man. If y'all like the video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, man. Peace.